I, we first met in first grade at Lincoln Elementary. Now you're the founder of this awesome business in Tri-Cities called Recon Techs Tri-Cities. Congratulations. Thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Funny story, man, but the last time that you and I actually talked, we've been friends on Facebook for a while, but the last time you talked, I was working at Hastings on 395 there to the music department. And I remember you saying you came in to buy something, and you were like, dude, I'm moving to Virginia. I'm going to go start my own business. And I was like, dude, that is the coolest freaking thing ever. Getting the heck out of Dodge, man. Getting out of Tri-Cities and go doing your own business.
Right.
Oh, that was so fun, dude. I wanted to go back a little bit because you obviously love cars, man. And when did you realize that you loved cars? And who was that person that kind of led you in that direction of this love for cars?
So I grew up with my dad collecting Studebakers,
Okay.
and we had like 7 or 8 of them at the house all the time. We went to swap meets all over the Pacific Northwest, Montana, and looked at Studebakers. So I grew up around someone who liked cars, specifically Studebakers, for quite a while. And then I kind of branched off into my own kind of cars, that I liked, and sports cars, exotics, that's kind of where I was, I like muscle cars as well. I was born, I was around it, all the time. I got super excited when I rode with my dad in his 1963 Hawk, Studebaker, and just hearing and learning about V8s and, that kind of stuff. And I helped, when I was about 13 or 14, start working around on the vehicles with my dad a little bit on the motors and stuff. And then, I started liking, Dodge vehicles. We had Studebakers, we had American vehicles too. My dad got a Dodge Neon probably when I was like 14 or 15. That dates way back, but that was, but my first car, they gave me an 87 Dodge Lancer Turbo. And then I got a 1973 Dodge Challenger that I bought, with my first car. I paid with my own money and absolutely fell in love. It's been all my life, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
My dad influenced me as far as the love of cars, but I just kept going with it.
Yeah. And your dad lives here in Idaho, right?
Yes. Yeah. He lives in Sandpoint, Idaho. Yep.
Okay. Not too far away from me. That's awesome. So in October of 2019, you hit 22 years sober, man, which is awesome, by the way. Well,
thanks.
What happened in your life that you decided, man, I got to make a change. I got to get sober and figure out my life here?
Well, it started 22 years ago when I was just before I turned 18. I was wrapped up in a lot of stuff. I was wrapped up in crystal meth, LSD, marijuana. I mean, that's legal now here, so it's not even a big deal. But
right.
Lots of alcohol. Just really got myself wrapped up in stuff really quick. I went downhill super fast. And, I had been in the hospital. You may have remembered, well, at Kamaikan, I left, was it my sophomore year in an ambulance. Yep. I had overdosed. Yeah. Yep. On a whole bunch of stuff. Oh. And, I had to, I had to, something had to change. And, I wouldn't be alive today, so yeah, that was the shift. I got outside help, and, that's what happened. And that's kind of why I have 22 years at, I'm 40 now. So, I got sober at an early age.
Come on, man. That's awesome. I remember LSD was big when we were in high school, man. I mean, that was a big thing for me, taking that, and we smoked pot all the time and eat mushrooms or whatever. Right. And I was even to the point where if I didn't have $5 for the hit of acid, I'd go to the store and buy a $2.50 bottle of Robitussin DM, so we could go and hallucinate. Right. And I actually haven't had a drink in probably 10 or 12 years now myself, man. So it's
wow, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been a fun journey. I kind of went down the wrong path for a long time, but yeah, back on track for sure there. Would love to know, when did you start MJP detailing out in Virginia? It's been a while, right?
Yeah. So when I told you I'd moved to Washington, or moving to Virginia for business, I had a network marketing business at the time. I had grown that a little bit. I went out there, developed that. Didn't go in the direction that I exactly wanted to go. A friend of mine said, "Hey," this was in early 2003, and he said, I had worked at a lot of restaurants. He said, "Well, what do you want to do? What's your passion?" And I said, "Cars and cooking." And he said, "Well, what do you want to do? You need to own a business." He said, "That's where you have that drive. You have that. What kind of business do you want?" And I was like, "Holy crap! You've been a business owner for 30 years." So he saw that. He said, "This is the direction you should go." I said, "I think automotive. That's really where where I want to go. And he said, okay, we'll start doing research on it. And it was, I guess it was probably about late 2002 because 2003 is when I established the business. But I learned from a guy that had retired in the detailing business after like 25 years and up in Pittsburgh, drove up there, stayed up there for 3 days, trained, got the basics of stuff. And then I got a business plan. I spent a couple months on the business plan, putting that together. And then after that, I was ready. In March 2003, I established MJP Detailing.
Man, that is awesome. And what was the deciding factor, I guess, to leave Virginia and head back to Tri-Cities?
You know, I had established a business obviously out there for about 13 years. I come out here and I visit here once a year. Family, you know, mom, stepdad, sister out here and stuff. And I came out here about 3 years ago now. I want to say 2016. Somewhere around there, either 15 or 16. I visited here for Christmas. I think it was 2015. But my mom said, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to? Because I'd been wanting to come out here, but I had, you know, when you have a business and you have that built and you spent 13 years, it's just like, do I walk away and restart? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, holy crap, man.
Scary.
Yeah, totally. But my mom said something to me. She said, you know, do you want to retire out there and move back here, or do you want to start over and be around family? And then she said something that hit super home. She wasn't even doing a guilt trip, but in reality, she said, you know, because I don't know much longer I'll be around. Yo, man, I had never even thought about that.
Right.
You know, you just think your parents are going to be around, you know, all the time. I flew back, and within 3 months, I made the decision to move out here and start from zero. You know, It was a tough thing to do. I had friends out there that were really supportive of me coming back out here. Friends here that were supportive, and I started, man. I did it, and as soon as I moved out here in that May, I think it was 2016, and within a month, I got my business license, restarted, and boom, you know, just started up again. You know, I knew what to do, and we've just blown up. You know, because everything I learned over that period was kind of like condensed tomato soup. Man, it was concentrated. I just really put it all and went in. You know, and and blew things up.
And you came back to Tri-Cities under the MJP brand name, but then it's now changed to Recon Techs. What was the deciding factor in changing over to that name?
So the factor of that was I was involved with some business people that had a business model. There was a national brand, and it was Recon Techs.
Gotcha.
They had their own detail product line that was made. They had a proprietary business layout. And it looked great, you know. And I thought, well, you know what? I've been MJP Detailing this long, but if I need to have that name and have a bigger brand, then I'll do it. It was a struggle, you know, because I had the name that long, but that was the change. And as I told you before, we're actually going under a slight change. I'm breaking off from that.
Okay.
So I feel like the value of having my own entity is a lot more from where we're at now. So it's actually going to be similar. It's going to be Recon Tri-Cities Detail. Taking out the text, change the logo. We've built a name around the Recon Techs Tri-Cities, a brand, and I didn't want to shift from that too far, and I just wanted to shift the name enough where we didn't have the trademark issues and all that, and we could be, you know, back to, a business entity. I was 100% owned, you know, I owned my business completely, but having my name back and, having full control of some certain things.
Sure. Absolutely, man. And for those who don't know, what is exactly your business that you do?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So we specialize in auto detailing, paint correction, high performance paint coatings, otherwise known as ceramic coatings, interior detail, headlight restoration. When we get our bigger area, we'll be doing window tinting, wheel and rim repair, paint protection film, a lot of other stuff, bed liners. We're expanding to a lot of other stuff, just a matter of having the shop. You know, we've grown out of our location just being there 2 years.
Wow.
You know, we've already grown out of that, and it's we need to get a bigger space now so we can put all those other services in place.
Wow, man, that's awesome. I mean, in addition to being so successful with that business, your social media has really blown up. I think at least that I've seen over the couple of years that we've been on Facebook together, and I mean, 7,000 followers on Instagram, 5,000 Facebook guys, and almost 1,000 YouTube subscribers. How have you been able to grow those accounts so quickly and so successfully?
I'm aggressive, you know, with it. I post a couple times a day, you know, daily on all those. I interact with people on there. YouTube, I just started my YouTube channel 2018, December. Wow. So literally in a year's time, just about 1,000 subscribers. Super aggressive on that. I did a little bit of promoting as far as on Google, AdWords, stuff like that. But a lot of it came organically through my followers, through Facebook and all that. We're at 5,500 followers, you know, on our Facebook page, and we, you know, just let people know about that, and they, you know, they subscribe on there. And, you know, we post videos on there pretty regularly. I try to get on there about once a week, other than the past 2 months where I've been sick. I mean, you know, I've been crazy sick. So I'm back on track, you know, in life and all that. So, yeah.
Good, man. Good, dude. Well, hey, I wanted to shift to some fun questions for us just to kind of end off this interview. I've got these cards. They're called pod decks. And what they are is they're actually interview questions to help podcasters help with their shows or coffee table talk or something like that, right? And so I'm just going to randomly pull a card out of here, dude. We'll see if it's a flop. Maybe it's a good one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll flop. This one says, would you rather go 30 days without your phone or your entire life without dessert?
Oh, man. Dude.
That's a good one.
I would say, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to say 30 days without my phone because I could go on my social media on my computer.
Exactly. That's awesome. Perfect answer, dude. Do you have a favorite band or favorite type of music that you listen to?
I don't have, I have a lot of, Smashing Pumpkins. I loved them in high school. Tool, Five Finger Death Punch, Avenged Sevenfold, Disturbed. That's probably the music that I pretty much listen to at this point in my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Probably for now on because I grew up with that stuff.
Right. And I'm pumped that Loudermilk is back on tour. They're going to do that quick reunion tour, 3 shows in April.
To that. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so bummed. It actually comes to Spokane on a date of my birthday, my wife's birthday. So I'll save my marriage and not go to the concert. But should be, that'll be awesome to see those guys live again, man. What was the last concert that you've actually been to?
Disturbed in Spokane.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I bet that was a good show.
Oh, it was great. It was spur of the moment too. Like a friend of mine said, "Hey, I've got tickets available," and I called my girlfriend. Like I said, "Hey, you want to go to a concert tonight?" It was like we had like 3 hours. We're heading to Spokane. She's like, "All right," it's like cool. So I've never seen Disturbed live. It was great. Great concert.
Okay. I had a similar experience when I was in Tri-Cities and somebody said, "Hey, I can't go to see Korn tonight in the Tacoma Dome. I'll sell my tickets to you for $10." So me and a buddy jumped in a car, drove to Tacoma, and about halfway there, I realized that in my pocket, I had tickets to go see Korn the next night in Portland, and I was supposed to drive 5 guys. So I drove to Tacoma, watched the show, drove to the Dalles, slept in my car for 3 hours, called my buddies up and said, "Hey, something's come up and I can't drive." And I just remember them saying, "That's and so they had to drive up to Portland in this tiny Geo Metro, and then I got to see Korn 2 nights in a row.
Nice.
I didn't even think about it. I was like, $10 to see Korn? Heck yeah, man, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's an awesome story.
You post tons of pictures of your animals. How many animals do you actually own?
So I have my German Shepherd Dodge.
Okay.
And I have my my cat Debbie and my cat Dora.
Okay.
Those are my 2. Yeah, because one of them passed a few months ago.
Right.
So I have those 2. Yeah, and then my girlfriend has 2 dogs of her own.
Okay. So busy there for sure.
Yeah.
You post a lot of motivational stuff. Who is it that motivates you?
You know, as I've read in books, I see that really you have to motivate yourself. Yeah. I mean, you can have that external stuff, but you have to be able to have something in yourself that's going to give you a drive. What's your passion? What do you want out of this life? You know, I mean, you can get the external rah, I'm excited kind of thing, but if you don't have that within you of what you want out of life, you're not going to have that motivation, that ongoing motivation.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, maybe a little booster or something like that. Grant Cardone. Yeah, I was just looking at the book. I have that by my bed. I read quite a bit of stuff of him. I'm terrible for remembering authors, but I have a pile, a library, and I'll just grab a book and I'll read it. Like Magic of Thinking Big, How to Win Friends and Influence People, something that's going to keep me focused on whatever it is with business. That's really what I read, and about 20 minutes a day, to keep myself in that. But as far as motivation, it's got to come within.
Yep.
I mean, it's great to have that, like that external thing. Like if you go to some, speaker, that's good. It might help a little bit, get that fire going. But yeah, you've got to keep it burning, yourself.
Right. Absolutely, man. I wanted to give you an opportunity to just give a shout out to teammates, people on your team, or the camera's all yours, man. Just shout out for anyone that you want, man.
Okay, cool, man. Shout out to my team, Recon Tri-Cities Detail, specifically Tiffany. She's been with me for over 2 years. The 6 months that I was sick, she was running the shop, and things went with no problem. So it's great to have a team member like that. My newer team members, Edward and Bridget and Christian, and my girlfriend Danny, who's awesomely supportive in everything I do. And, I've got a lot of supportive people in my life. Of course, my mom, stepdad, my sister. It's great. And I would say it pretty much shows like the people. I got a friend in Thailand who I've known, who knew in Virginia. I talked to him probably, my friend Mike Pacheco, probably almost a couple days. He's the one who actually said, Myron, do you want to have automotive or cooking? So he was a big influence, in my life, for that.
Dude, it was so good to catch up with you. It's been 20 years since you and I spoke, dude, and it was so much fun to catch up, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Truly an honor to talk to you, man.
Man, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I felt kind of famous the last week, man. I had a TV interview that was on. I got this and, on your awesome show. We just fun a few people, and then I was on a podcast about a month ago about my business with someone else. So like,
okay, cool, man. Well, dude, keep kicking ass. You're doing an amazing job, man. And next time I'm in Tri-Cities, we got to catch up for sure, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thanks, Myron. Have a great day, man.
Hey, man. Take care.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging around. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to see more videos from Top Rated MMA and the Bearded Biz Show, please click the playlist and also hit subscribe to our channel. Become part of the Top Rated MMA and Bearded Biz community. We would really appreciate your support. Also, please leave a comment below. I will read and respond to all of them. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.